Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and checking out your boy. P-Funk, thinking right, in my living room doing what I do for you. Yeah, never mind the background. That's me on the TV, but I need the light. So I'm here, not on my deck in the dark. So let's do this thing. Writers, 25 really led by storytelling. Story with a message and a story for life. These are life lessons that I'm giving. I hope you're getting them. I'm just giving them. This is going to be a good one for you today. Right thinking, my students, if you're paying attention, you're getting early lessons. Let's go. Writer's, first of all, mission statement. Writer's mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher level of spiritual enlightenment, getting to know yourself a little better. Right thinker's way of life, where I live, through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to become spiritually enlightened. My job is to get you there. That's what I do for you. The question, know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Avoid them. Don't be them. A person who knows not but knows that they know not is simple. I could teach you. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. And please don't be them. A person who knows but knows not that they know, sleep. I can wake you up. Most people sleep this time in the morning. I know that. But a person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Know thyself, and to my be true. Yeah, that's my scales. Get used to it. You're going to see a lot of it. Yeah, we coming. Uh-oh, sorry about that. All right, lesson. Right thinkers? Let's talk about Set and Nebthet, or Nephthys as the Greeks called her. But I was explaining to one of my students, when you see the T in most of the letters, or most of goddess end in T's, that's the female derivative. It's a little tidbit there. All right, so let's go. Today we're going to talk about Set and Nephthys. Set is your ego, who you call me, I, but it's not who you really are. But most of us get caught up with being me and I, selfish. The acronym for ego is edging God out. That's for a reason. Why? If you're serving your ego, that's self-serving. If you're going to serve God, you don't serve your ego. You control your ego. You don't kill it. You don't destroy it. You control it. I gave that lesson before, but that's what the whole concept of the ego. Let's go. Set is a mindset. Again, that if you don't control it, it will have you destroy yourself by doing things that may be detrimental to you. So the concept was he killed a good man, because if you let your ego run you, that's what's going to happen. It's another lesson there, but we're going to talk about Set right now. Set is a self-serving, not God-serving aspect of you. We consider that your lower nature. Set is low on the tree of life. Why? Because he needs to be controlled. Okay? You can use him to your benefit, but if he controls you, you're going to be selfish, jealous, envy, all the bad things, the negative qualities. That's a character destroyer, not builder. That's why Set is not a good. And Set is a one-of-a-kind aspect, watch this, of your personality. They don't even know what he is. They did it that way to show you this entity that now he done morphed into what we call Satan or the devil. But it's still a mindset. Just because you don't know that doesn't mean it's not what it is. But your mindset, and if you are a I, me person, you're egotistical. When women do it, we call it, oh, she's spoiled. No, women have egos too. It's a mindset. No different. Okay? Set is everything, watch this, negative. He represents chaos. He represents evil. He represents greed, lust, jealousy, envy, gluttony. All those things that we talk against, that's who Set is. And if you're that type of person, that's the type of person you're going to be. That's why you want to control that. Okay? Next one, we're going to talk about his mate, his sister, Nephthys. She's Isis, or Set's twin sister. They was always together. She has her own story. But Nebthet is nature, the natural aspect of your personality. You know that you're going to die. That's mortality. Why? The physical body don't have but much time to live and survive on this earth. It will run out. We get 107 years out of it, then you did a good thing. If you got to be 70 years old now, you're doing good. Ancients, 50 years lifespan. They didn't have long life. They had what they knew, what their concept was, the afterlife. So they lived this life for getting to the afterlife. We do the same thing. Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. They thought they was consumed with death. No, they just knew death was imminent. But that wasn't the end. We think death is the end. That's what makes us ignorant to who we are and what's really going on. That's another lesson. Get back over here. Okay, here we go. All right. Nebthet is the twin sister of Isis, which is intuition, and she represents immortality. Pairs, opposite, they twins. Mortality, immortality, immortality, mortality. They go together. You can't have one without the other. That's life. Let me tell you. All right, and I ain't saying it. Nebthet shared everything with her twin sister, even her husband, Asar, which is represented by the spirit. Mortality fell in love with the spirit just like immortality did. She just knew that her time would be limited. Fine, she lived with that. But what they brought together was Anubis. Mortality with spirit brings on discernment. Another lesson, get back. All right, and that's in Asar, his son Anubis. See, this is already laid out. So that's what the aspect of your personality. If you combine that together, the offset of that would be you will be able to recognize and discern right from wrong. That's the concept. Nebthet stayed by her sister's side through life and everything that went with it. They mourned together. The death of Osiris, she was there. She went and searched for him. She was with him. She put them back together. They bombed. She was there. Bottom line is they was twins. And the purpose of that is you can't have one without the other. If you're going to be happy, I can guarantee at a certain point you're going to be sad. You can't have one without the other. This is called duality. So just understand that. And it happens within yourself and within what's going on in your head. They knew that all back then. Now you got a whole bunch of psychiatrists and sociologists. Everybody give you their perspective and their idea. You can do that for yourself, right? Because that's what I'm trying to show you. Outside noise is just that, noise. Go within. That's where the answers are. All right. Next one is Set is a one-of-a-kind aspect. Yeah, you ain't got but one devil. I know that. Ain't got but one Satan, one whatever y'all want to call it. When you got good, you got bad. I can't have a scale by itself. What's the way against it? So conceptually, understand that. Here you go. Your ego is unique in that it's more it can not reproduce nothing. It's a useless entity that you can use as an appendage to get done what you need done. I'll teach you that lesson, but the whole point is if you're run by your ego, you're that typical classic a-hole that everybody talks behind your back. Everybody whispers about you because you're probably in a position of power, so you can be that type of person. They tell you it's confidence. No, it's ego. When it works for you, oh, it's good, it's confidence here. But it ain't, oh, he's arrogant. He's narcissistic. See? But they got a new thing now. They call a sigma male. Alpha, beta, omega, delta, sigma. Everybody got concepts. I ain't mad at them, but it's all the same thing. They just name it something and sell you on it. They package it different, and you buy it because it looks good, it sounds good. Again, we back to the well-dressed lie. I don't partake in that. All right, I'm gonna get the truth pure, naked. It's best served that way. Set only knows one thing: me, I. That's greed. That's selfish. If you're that type of person, when you got split something 50-50 and you always want 51-49 or however much you want, that's not fair. Fair is 50-50. I'm going to bring my share to the table. That's why I'm a fair-dealing man. That's all. Ain't no big deal. Set was the enemy of Aset also. Why? Because she was wisdom and knowledge. He don't want that. He don't want you thinking right. He wants to drive the car. No, he can be in the car. You need him, but don't let him drive. No. So once we get better at our ego, we become different people. Why? Because people will recognize you're not so arrogant, you're not so cocky, and you'll be a little more empathetic towards other people, and they will respect you for that. And your position, your title even gets inflated more. But if you use your title for people to respect you, it's not a good thing. All right? Set, now we know as Satan, the devil, has always been around since time began. Remember, you can't have one without the other. He killed good. Why? He wants to be in charge. In the Christian concept, the devil wants to fake everybody out so they can serve him. Sound familiar? That light y'all following? No, I ain't going there. Here you go. Sorry about that. I got a lesson for you, though. Nebthet, a.k.a. mortality. That's the part of you that realizes I'm human. Fell in love with the spirit everybody loves the spirit. Why? That's God. Everybody loves the spirit. Osiris representing God in the flesh. Sound familiar? I hope you're getting this, but I know my students are because they're paying attention. All right, here we go. Nebthet, mortality, loves Osiris, spirit, and man. Why? It's a natural fit, natural order. Okay? Nebthet's mortality lets you know your body has an expiration date. That's nature. Nature grows, reaches peak, dies out, but comes back. That's nature. Nebthet keep you human. Nebthet is a necessary part of life. Remember, if you have immortality, you have to have mortality. Understand that conceptually. Nebthet keeps you human in the flesh, knowing you have limits, a time span. You have it at a certain point, your body's just gonna start working. It's built that way. But the spirit that's in it don't care why. It's gonna go. If it's enlightened, going home. So it's whenever that happens, it don't care. It's been waiting all this time, so a little while longer won't hurt it. But if it's not enlightened, it's gonna be another. Here we go again. That's all conceptually, right? Nebthet. She's the mourner, the wailer at death. Okay, she's the friend of death. Why? She know everybody's going to die. They will go higher. People will go higher than a screamer. I need a mourner. Why? Oh, somebody to over-dramatize the event of death. That's all. But it's part of what we do. I'm doing a funeral. I'm gonna speak, and it's not gonna be a dry eye in the house. Hopefully, why? Because we there to, do that. Mourn. Another lesson. Sorry about that. I'm about to wrap it up again. I appreciate you tuning in. Let's do this. Set was king, ruler of Egypt at one time. But nobody wants to talk about his rule. Why? Because it wasn't good. When you glorify evil and bad, you giving them credence. When you make the devil well known, guess what? He's just as famous as God right now. And more people serving him. He brag about how he got 98% of God followers. God ain't said a word. Think about it. All right, here we go. In the competition. But again, Set was king of Upper and Lower Egypt at one time. When he took Osiris out, he came to the throne. He sat on the throne. He controlled the people, and it was not good times. Isis was on the run when she had to raise her son in the woods. And long story, but another story. If evil is in charge, if Set is running the show, if we're being led by a leader who is led by Set, need I say more? Set, if you let him, he will kill you like he did us all. He don't care. That's the point. You give him a task and put him on it. Mine's is to keep me going. Mine's when I get up and don't want to get up. Okay, Set, your time. And I let him push me. That's motivation. I use him for that. Not enough. So that's a good follower, terrible leader, like your emotions. Don't let them lead you. You lead them. You let them do what they do naturally. That's what it's all about. Oh, I'm running. Ooh, wow. Sorry about that. Set is most people's way of life, and they don't even know it because they think this is natural. This is how I am. You heard that from many people. When somebody tell you that, that's Set. Okay? Set is like a bomb. It does nothing but destroy. Like that man Everywhere he go, everybody he encounter, everything he do ends up in destruction. And he's in control right now, and we headed for self-destruction. See? That's what Set do. He don't care. Last one. Set can only be defeated with right thinking. A thinking man will defeat the devil every time. An ignorant man won't be able to compete with himself. Why? He ain't smart enough. He don't know enough. Know thyself, remember? That's right thinking. I'm God. I appreciate you. I got some more.